That's oh man. Oh, you ever just been in a good mood? I mean, just for no reason, just laughing, smiling, just good mood. You ever just had that happen to you? Just good mood strikes you. Someone asks, "Hey, why are you in a good mood?" You don't even know. You don't even have an answer. You're just smiling, laughing, good mood. This podcast, if you're listening to it, this one will put you in a good mood, because I'm in a good mood. So if I'm in a good mood, the energy that will be transferred through the technology into the camera, into the YouTube, will come through your phone as good energy. And so if you listen to this whole podcast, by the end of it, I'd put my money on it, you were going to be in a good mood, But, I'm in a good mood. And did you ever realize, I don't think people realize this, you're allowed to be in a good mood for no reason. You just are. You get to decide, if you want to be the type of person that's in a good mood, or you get to decide if you're going to, be otherwise. And lately, I'll be honest here, I haven't been in that great of a mood lately. And I'm talking about my everyday life, my real life situation. Outside of the podcast, the podcast is, this is very much we can compartmentalize this part of my life here, what I'm like on the podcast, right? But if I'm being frank, I've struggled to be in a good mood. I have. I feel like I haven't been looking forward to hanging out with people as much. It's hard for me to look forward to things. I have, my birthday's coming up. I'm recording this on May 2nd, so my birthday's coming up on May 5th. But, I've struggled to be in a good mood. When Asia comes home from work at night, I'm not always in the best mood. And I've been realizing that through my work, my job in direct sales, a big part of my job is just being in a good mood. My job gets so much easier if I'm in a good mood. And so, sometimes I think it's really hard to be in a good mood. And that's usually when I'm focused on the stress and focused on the financial burden and whatever. But it's actually really easy to be in a good mood. Like, I've been doing this. It might sound delusional. Someone watching this podcast on YouTube, watching me speak here in my closet by myself, this might come off a little crazy, but I know how to put myself in a good mood. Artificially, almost. And let me just share some secrets with you. It's not that hard. Well, one, if you just smile, if you just literally smile long enough, you'll trick yourself into being in a good mood. Your brain can't even, it's kind of a loophole. You just smile and the muscles in your face, it's tricking your physiology into thinking it's in a good mood. Your brain all of a sudden starts feeling a little bit better. So I found this, there's some days I'm going to work and I'm dreading it. But if I just think about something that's made me laugh in the past, or I think about, some funny videos that I have in my archives on my phone, if I start thinking and I can just make myself just artificially chuckle, just, just smile, all of a sudden, before I know it, fake it till you make it type thing, I'm in a good mood, and that's useful to know that you can do that you can all of a sudden turn on a good mood. So, and that doesn't mean everything is going well in your life. It just means that you're present and that you're in control of your emotions. I've felt a little out of control recently with my emotions. You caught me. I've been plagued. That's probably the best word for it, is plagued. I've been taking on this victimhood of just woe is me. Everything, nothing's going my way, blah, 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 right? No one wants to hear that narrative. So I've changed this within the last couple of days of I'm in a good mood. I'm just that whenever I'm out working and someone, a conversation starts with a stranger, I'm just that guy that's in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. You're having a tough day? Man, I've been there, but today I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. And you're allowed to be that. You can be in a good mood. And my guess is, like I've said, is I think you'll be in a good mood by the end of this, because we're sharing in this energy together, So anyways, I do have a little bit of show note. Pod 31, can you believe it? I can't. Pod 31. And here it says, good mood. So we covered that. Oh yeah, this book I'm reading this month. It's May. Can you believe it's May? Isn't that crazy? Time be flying when you're in a good mood. But I've been reading this book this month. Zoom in on it. It's called Enlightenment Now. Right now. And this book is about the Enlightenment ideals. It's written by Steven Pinker. And this book's all about how things are getting better in our society. And not even in our society alone, globally, just as a planet. Things are getting better. They have been for a while. And the kind of ideals of the Enlightenment was let's move towards reason. Let's move towards humanism, valuing well-being. Let's move towards progress. Let's move towards, humanism, making things better. Let's move towards this reasonable well-being. It was kind of a branch away from, Steven Pinker calls it quackery. Isn't that a funny word? Man, I'm in a good mood. He called it quackery of just religious times where they thought they had to, pin a chicken up against someone's infection and strangle the chicken to death. That was their idea of healing somebody, 300 or 400 years ago. They had too much quackery. Steven Pinker calls it quackery. It was believing that, if you prayed long enough, things would get better. It was a belief. It was kind of a deviation away from religiousness, kind of more into let's use our reasoning here and let's get a little more scientific. Let's, tap into this thing called the scientific method. We can measure things. There is a such thing as a fact, and it's a objective fact. There's a such thing as empirical truth, empirical data, right? So this is what the Enlightenment kind of was, a change in our overall human thinking. And if you look at the data, over the last like I said, since the 1800s, the last 250 years or so, man, things are getting better. We're getting better at being humans. We have a lot more abundance in our society today. And it's a reason to celebrate. It's a reason to be in a good mood. We aren't dying from malaria anymore, Babies aren't dying at a super young age anymore after childbirth. Less women are dying during the process of giving childbirth. Hey, let's go. Life expectancy has gone up, continues to go up. Back in the day, the average life expectancy was like 29, low 30s, something like that. If I was rewound 200 years ago, and this is 200 or 300 years, let's say it's 1824. Instead of 2024, it's 1824, and I'm 27 right now, about to be 28. I would be expecting to die in the next 3 years. Based on what's going on around me, I'd be a lot more subject to disease. My quality of life wouldn't be that good. I'd have to, it wouldn't be so easy to get water. If this is 1824 instead of 2024, right? So anyways, this book's it's a pretty amazingly optimistic book. It's illuminating some key points about our current state on why we should be in better moods, And Pinker talks about the news cycle and how we have a negativity bias, He poses the question, the scenario, he poses this to the reader. He says, and I'll pose this to you, my viewer/listener. Imagine all the good things that can happen today. Imagine all the positive things that could happen to you today. And you might think of some one-off, random strokes of luck. You might think of, someone, saying nice shirt or something, right? Now imagine all the negative things in which things could go wrong today. Imagine how things could go worse for you today. Oh my gosh. The scenarios of how things can go wrong are so much easier to recall. Car accident, fall down the steps, get fired, break a bone, get a ticket, get pulled over. The list goes on, of practical things that could negatively impact our day. So we have a negativity bias, and that plays out in our news. Guess what? Endless news cycle. Let's talk about all the things going wrong today, right? Every single day because the negative grabs our attention. We're all going to die. So we all, there's really no, things could go well today and your life could get a little bit better, but not by much. Your life's not going to go that much better in one day, right? So the positive there's a glass ceiling on how positive your life could get today. But you could die today too. That's really low. There's a lot more beneath us. So we're more prone as human, as animal, as finite beings, we are more prone to the negative, right? So that's what we focus on. But, his point in the book is saying, hey, let's look at some of this good that's happening as well. And if we can become aware of all the good that's here, man, maybe we'd all be in a little bit better moods. Wow. Man, you seem like you're in a good mood today. What's going on? Man, I don't know. I'm just in a good mood. And so being in a good mood, it's going to improve. I am focusing my life. I want to say I'm distilling my life down, but that's negative connotation. I'm narrowing my focus. I'm focusing on, really the only thing I'm focusing on right now is work. I'm just in that work mode. I'm on that grind. I'm in a good mood on that grind. And so I'm focusing on work. And really the other thing that I want to focus on is being in a good mood for my relationships. Because my relationships and work, those are the two things that really, really need my full energy. So I find that if I'm in a good mood, it's good for my work. And if I'm in a good mood, it's good for my friendships and my intimate relationship and such. So good mood, I'm in a good mood now. Just fake it till you make it. Fake it till you're in a good mood, okay? So I'm in a good mood. This is, I'm happy. And I've been narrowing down, the things that I'm putting on my platter every day. So right now I'm backing away from the gym. I'm good right now. I don't need to work out every day so much. I'm pulling back from working out a little bit so I can take that energy that I was putting in the weight room. I can just apply that into my work. It's summer. It's May already. Can't believe it. It's May. So pulling back from the gym, I was tracking my calories there for a while because I was trying to put on weight, which I have. I'm not even going to say it. Put down in the comments how heavy you think I am in the imperial system. That's pounds, not the metric system. Guess my weight. Put it down in there in the comments. I've been gaining weight. I'd like to think it's muscle, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly fat. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyways, I was tracking my calories every day to put on weight, and I'm done doing that. Again, just freeing up hard drive on my mental computer, and I'm applying what I was putting into these other things. I'm putting it right into work. Bada bing. So work's my goal. And then, I find that since work has been the cause of my negative emotion, my worry and anxiety about not being able to pay my finances, whatever, the fact that I'm addressing work full on is alleviating all the negative emotion. Because a lot of the negative emotion comes from not putting in the appropriate work to get me out of the negative state that I'm in. So, work, the obstacle is the way. The thing that you least want to do is probably the thing that you most need to do, type thing. So work is the priority, and then if I can continue to water my relationships and be in a good mood, things are looking up. That's a good formula there. The other piece of this, choosing to be in a good mood, is also the fact that I'm doing this detox still. I've talked about it on recent episodes, but if you don't know, I'm doing a detox just from any drugs or alcohol. Just kind of a little experiment that we're doing. And so not having those things to turn to uplift my mood, I feel like I'm already about I'm about 6 weeks into this detox. And so not having those things to just instantly a mood enhancer, cracking open a beer, that'll put you in a good mood, right? An instant way to be in a good mood. But without that, I feel like I'm starting to feel like I can be in a good mood for no reason. Whereas the first 6 weeks, I was maybe a little subconsciously like, this can't be fun if I'm not doing this or that, or I can't be in a good mood without this thing, or I can't, whatever. Now I'm actually kind of hitting a tipping point to where I'm allowing myself to be in a good mood just as I am here and now. I mean, just good mood, man. Why? I noticed that seem like you're in a pretty good mood. What's going on? I'm just in a good mood, man. So, yep, and those are kind of some of the things here about this good mood. And I feel good, and my job has gotten so much easier if I'm just in a good mood. And like I've already iterated here, we're in a good mood. So yeah. Let me see if there's anything else. Nope, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's actually it. There's nothing else. I mean, I really just try to think, but there's nothing. So anyways, that's pod 31, man. We are in a good mood today. So if you listen to this, hopefully by now, some of this artificial intelligence / happiness is rubbing off on you. And just know that today, whatever you're doing, let's say you were listening to this in the morning, you're pulling up to your work, you're allowed to go into work and be in a good mood for no reason. Let's say there's a funeral on your calendar today. You got to show up to a funeral. Guess what? You are allowed to be in a good mood. Be respectful, but you're allowed to be in a good mood. You don't need permission. You don't need permission from something outside of you. You don't need to have some specific thing happen for you to just be good to yourself. You can do it. You know, people always say be good to yourself, but hopefully in this little podcast here, this little video, I kind of gave you a blueprint on how to actually achieve it, right? So take this energy into your day. I'm super grateful for people that are listening to the podcast. One thing to say, if you're even still here, probably most people fall off at this point. Basically talking to myself now. That makes me sad. But hey, I'm in a good mood. You can't, I mean, you guys thought you had me. You guys thought you had me. But I was just going to say, if you are one of my friends and you are listening to these podcasts, it's very, very encouraging when someone likes the video, /subscribes to the channel, /watches it all the way through, /texts me or messages me and just gives me a word of encouragement. It does make this easier. You know, I think for people that consume content, they don't realize, you know, how lonely it can feel to be making stuff, or how, you know, as creators and producers, we put a lot of time into our arts and our crafts and whatever, and it could just feel like no one's even appreciating it, and that does get tough. But it goes such a long way if you just give somebody just a word of encouragement, a comment, you know, a thumbs up. Something simple can go such a long way. So I guess that's me being, you know, needy and asking for you to like and subscribe. But anyways, Pod 31, give me the keys. Just give me the keys, and be in a good mood today. I'll catch you on the next one. Give me all the keys, I'm about to unlock. Give me all the keys, I'm about to unlock. Give me all the keys, I'm about to unlock. Give me all the keys, I'm about to unlock.